to ensure that something positive comes out. We'll take a short break. We'll be back.
This line not moving.
Sorry, ma. The network is a bit slow. Don't lose customers to long queues. With the First Money Merchant POS, every checkout is fast, reliable, and instantly settled.
Finally, quick and easy.
Get your First Money Merchant POS now on www.firstbanknigeria.com/get-your-POS or at any First Bank branch close to you. First Bank, you first.
Alright, we're back. It's good to know you are still there and the program is still conversation. Well, regarding ASU, one thing I noticed, Bimbo, is that each change in the leadership of ASU is marked by this same old story
yes.
of nationwide strike. Each time we have a change in leadership of ASU, that is what they usually start with. That is what they are preoccupied with until that particular set of leadership, until they leave office.
Yes.
That is what occupies their time, and not their fault really. I think I blame these on the federal government, because the issues, they keep on inheriting successive leaderships of ASU. They keep on inheriting the same issues.
Yes.
Basically, majorly that 2009
agreement. And well, after that, when this agreement was not honored, they now turned it to renegotiation of the 2009 agreement.
And I wonder what is so difficult. Why is it so hard to implement these agreements? I don't get it, baby. I do not understand. I don't understand things that will eventually be to the benefit. If you are saying the money is huge, what the country stands to gain is even bigger. I mean the distant picture is even bigger, which will be to the benefit of this country. I mean, talking about the future of the country, talking about those who are going to take hold of the future of this country, talking about the revitalization of universities, talking about research, talking about what will bring this country into the league of the advanced nation, education, tertiary education, developing tertiary education, and making those who run tertiary education, making them comfortable, enhancing their welfare. I don't know if those in authority are not seeing this.
They are not thinking about that. I'm sure they are not. They are not thinking about that. Most of them, most of their kids are abroad. Well, yes, they are abroad, so they don't care a hoot about what happens to our youth here. The youth of tomorrow, greater tomorrow. And when you go out, those leaders, those politicians, those leaders, when they go out for assignments, you were saying our great youths of tomorrow, leaders of tomorrow, but we are not making them happy. Yes, we are not making them happy. And well, this renewed standoff between ASU and the government comes amid ongoing negotiations, like the FG has said, like the ASU said, aimed at averting another round of industrial unrest in public universities. But yes, ASU has said it will go on a full-blown strike. And last Wednesday, Minister of Education Alausa disclosed in Abuja that the government had entered the final phase of talks with ASU and other unions to resolve lingering disputes over welfare, funding, and the implementation of the 2009 ASU-FGN agreement. FG is saying implementation of the 2009. ASU is fighting for renegotiation.
If the negotiations are going in any positive direction, I don't think ASU will be taking this.
Yes.
So they say they have addressed most of the demands of ASU. Why must you address most? You should address all.
Now, I just have this. Still talking about the strikes. The splinter union of ASU. Conwa. Its national president, Dr. Ni Sumonu, told reporters, that is one of the reporters, Vanguard, that his union had no issue with the government to warrant it declaring a trade dispute.
Oh, really?
Yes. And while noting that ASU strike could be counterproductive in the end, he said, "We held congresses across our branches nationwide recently, and it was the decision of the members that there is nothing to declare a trade dispute for." And they were the ones crying that they are not being put on the table with ASU to negotiate.
Well, Cornwall must understand that they are not achieving the purpose for which they were set up, for which their setup was, their establishment, their setting up was facilitated by the immediate past government, and that is to pick holes in whatever course of action ASU is taking, and to be a kind of divisive force against ASU. That's the bitter truth.
Yes.
It may be sounding harsh this morning, but we all know that's the purpose for which they were formed. And of course, well, they are saying that they gave reasons why they decided to become a splinter group. They were saying that ASU has been overbearing in its handling of things, and that that to the point that they are said that ASU has been quite unreasonable in handling these matters. But like I said, they must understand that that purpose for which they are set up is not being achieved, and the federal government itself does not even reckon with them. They will still over and over again reckon with ASU.
Yes.
Whenever this is resolved, we'll have a 2-week strike now, and even if it becomes a full-blown nationwide strike, nobody would feel the impact that Cornwall is not part of the strike.
Yes.
That is the truth. And when the time comes to return to the negotiation table, they probably will not be calling Cornwall.
Yes, they will be sidelined.
They recognize ASU, though Cornwall itself is a duly registered union.
Yes. And
so they should stop wasting their time and just find a way to close ranks. I'm not saying they shouldn't exist, but they should find a way to close ranks with ASU and come to a common point whereby they can actually negotiate together with the federal government, like they have always wanted.
Yes, and the other splinter group have not been, airing of them in a while. I think that one is from the health sector, but they have not been talking. Well,
they are not splinter groups. There's the separate trade unions.
Separate trade unions. Well, let's say it's trade unions from. Let's say trade unions.
In the health sector.
The health sector. Now, you remember when the National Association of Nigeria Students, I think sometimes last week, was threatening that they will shut down the nation if the negotiations do not come to a positive conclusion.
That we said they should go and sit down.
Yes. And now they are saying they want a quick resolution. And speaking on the National Public Relations Officer of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, Comrade Adeyemi Samson Ajasa, explained the steps taken by the association to avert current situation. They should go and see what steps are they taking. They have threatened a nationwide shutdown, which we know that will not eventually happen.
Right, we have this one here, Bimbo. Mass pardon for drug traffickers. You are exposing Nigeria to global ridicule, ADC tells Tinubu. Says it's abuse of presidential power. An article upbraids Tinubu, says action trivializes justice. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has condemned President Bola Tinubu's recent decision to grant presidential pardon to dozens of convicted drug traffickers and smugglers. In a statement signed by its National Police Secretary, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, the party described the action as pathetic and a national disgrace, warning that the move undermines Nigeria's anti-drug efforts, encourages crime, and further tarnishes Nigeria's image in the eyes of the world. The full statement reads, the ADC finds as pathetic and an act of immense national disgrace the recent presidential pardon and clemency granted to several convicted criminals by President Tinubu. It amounts to a most irresponsible abuse of presidential power, of prerogative of mercy, to grant express pardon to dozens of convicts held for drug trafficking, smuggling, and related offences, especially when most of these convicts have barely served 2 years in jail for offences that carry a penalty of life imprisonment. So, Bimbo, what would you expect in a country where government officials are commissioned to negotiate brazenly and with impunity in broad daylight with armed robbers?
Armed robbers.
I call them armed robbers. I'm trying to bandits, but that's another name for banditry. Armed robbery.
Armed robbery, yes.
So in broad daylight, and the armed robbers come to the negotiation table, brandishing their AK-47 rifle. They are proud to say that is what they do. They are proud to say that they are armed robbers. We are now seeing in Nigeria where people are no longer ashamed to come out and say, I'm a criminal, I'm an armed robber, that is what I do, and they are proud of it. So they come out to the negotiation table, sit with government officials in the name of negotiation, in the name of begging them to let peace be. So if that is happening, I don't know why the ADC is fretting over the fact that convicted criminals are being, drug traffickers are being granted clemency. Those who have, like they said, those who are barely spending 2 years for a crime that carries life imprisonment. Even if that clemency is going to happen, you have spent a significant number of years
in prison
behind bars before the government decides to give you clemency. So I don't know why the the beacon of prerogative of mercy and clemency is beaming in this part so much in this particular direction at this time around. The only explanation I can have is that maybe those drug traffickers, maybe they have their Baba Silas in government, maybe they have the people who are their sponsors right there in high places, and that is why. And maybe or perhaps those that have their Baba Silas in high places, maybe one or two of them, and so to have an excuse to free those ones, and well, maybe at least it's better if they are freeing them under the excuse of clemency. Not that we just say of a jailbreak or prison break. People come with AK-47 rifles, and curiously they are able to overpower those guarding the prison.
And some people, some prisoners, even discreetly walking from inside, giving them those outside, coming from outside information. We have watched so many jailbreak films, and these jailbreaks I'm talking about in Nigeria, they are not films. I know. Reality. No, it happened. There are some true life stories of some jailbreaks. Yes. Like Escape from Alcatraz and some other films like that. It's true life stories, just like that. Some people will be in connivance with those outside that will actually carry out the operation, but I'm sure they will have been working from inside and with the connivance of some officers there.
And we just see that security around the prison facility is curiously relaxed as around the same time that the invaders are coming in and they free these criminal elements. So I think it's still better, but that is not what happened this time around. At least they are hiding under the excuse of clemency to free those criminals, those convicted criminals. So I don't know. Well, I stand with the ADC again. Sadly, I have to admit again that the ADC is right on this. I myself, I do not understand why this curious granting of prerogative of mercy and this curious granting of clemency to criminals. But like I said, one shouldn't be too surprised in a country where criminals are invited to the negotiation table in full glare of the public. Even if these things must be done, Mr. John did say that in other climes too, that they sometimes do negotiate with these people. But if you must negotiate, when it is done, it is always covertly done. Whether the government will not start listing that as an achievement, as one of its achievements, bringing television cameras and expecting the public to clap for them, that you are at the negotiation table with criminals who are even negotiating from a point of strength. In those negotiations Mr. John spoke about, the authorities would negotiate from the point of strength, but they are the ones that will not dictate what they want. And then while ASU doesn't get anything, barely gets anything, they will be getting everything they want. And at the end of the day, it doesn't even solve the problem. Nothing changes. Whether they go out of the country, like I always say, and invite more of their cold-blooded killer brothers to the Tea Party, to the big Tea Party in Nigeria.
Do you remember some? I will still call them criminals. During the era of pipelines vandalization, and blowing of pipelines and all those, also kidnappings, and so some people, I won't mention names, but I know people will know those who I'm talking about, have become those that the government have employed to be protecting those pipelines. Yes. Now, at least recently, And I'm asking, don't we have our own normal, surveillance security apparatus? And a criminal, I would say call it criminal, maybe is any high chief or any chief somewhere, is still a criminal to me. Yes, he's the one under one's security guys protecting our pipelines and collecting huge money.
There's like giving them, like I always say, handing over the maize farm to the cock, asking the cock to guard the corn. And the cock loves corn. Of course, the cock will eat some of the corns. In fact, majority of the corn. But then there's so much corn, and there'll be so much corn left for the rest of the community to enjoy. So the cock is placed on guard, and then of course it takes whatever it wants, and then we make sure that there is enough. So the government is thinking that instead of going through the trouble of fighting the cock and his cohorts, and the cock has a little army, by the way. So instead of going there with knives to slaughter them, instead of spilling blood unnecessarily, why not just allow the cock and his family
to be in the farm,
to be in the cock as much as they want, and then they cannot eat everything, so they leave the rest for the. So that is a simple analogy. That is the way the government is seeing things. Let's have this commercial break, and we will be right back.
Special secret that awakens taste for grace. Watching wonder with a summer aroma. Terra seasoning cubes.
Terra seasoning cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
Jollof, ata díndín, kódà àsáró tàbí spaghetti. Ṣé oúnjẹ tó ta wọ́n yọ pẹ̀lú Pepper Terra.
Pepper Terra.
Any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no. For your engine, no. Make a mobile, make it mobile, oh. Make it mobile, anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be number one, yo. Make it mobile, oh. Make it mobile, you carry the go. Make everybody join me, say. Make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Unstoppable you, fueling your vitality the whole day through. Embrace each challenge with renewed life. With Super Ultra Performance takes flight.
With 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, one Supermalt multivitamin after breakfast every day keeps you going.
Alright, we're back on the program. Is still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Well, maybe we're still talking about crime and drug trafficking and granting of presidential pardon. Maybe this particular individual too, after spending an insignificant time behind bars, will also be getting presidential pardon. It says here, businessman excretes 127 cocaine wraps at Kano Airport as NDLEA uncovers meth in ceramics. Intercepts opioids, cocaine skunk going to Europe, Australia, United Arab Emirates, Turkey, and South Africa. A 52-year-old businessman, Ejiofor, surname withheld, has been nabbed by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano, following which a total of 127 wraps of cocaine concealed in his private parts and stomach were recovered after days under excretion observation. Ejiofor, who operates boutiques in Lagos and Onitsha, Anambra State, was taken into NDLEA custody upon his arrival from Bangkok, Thailand, via Ethiopian Airlines flight ET941 on October 8, following credible intelligence. The Director of Media and Advocacy of the NDLEA, Mr. Babafemi, said in a statement on Sunday that the suspect was taken for body scan, which confirmed he ingested illicit drugs and had some concealed in his private parts. He had boutiques.
Yes, that was what I was about to say. He had boutiques. You are supposed to be comfortable. You just want to make this big money, and you know how these people from the that zone behave.
You are getting it struggle. It's not. It's actually comfortable, but it's not the boutique that made him comfortable. He built those boutiques from the money he made from cocaine.
From this cocaine.
So the boutique is supposed to serve as. It's supposed to be a front.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a front. It's supposed to be like a decoy.
Okay.
So that people
will not
suspect the real source of money. But then it would be living. Some people who are discerning would actually be wondering, looking at his lifestyle, because I'm sure people like him will be living big. So they'll be wondering that, okay, is it from the boutique that you are making all this money, that you are renting all these exotic cars, building all these gigantic residential buildings? Just like some musicians who are rumored that they are also into something else, drug trafficking mainly. And there are rumors about some of the popular musicians that it's not just music that is fetching them the money. He would have his day in the court, and I guess he would have cooled his heels behind bars.
Now, there is this story concerning the Amotekun call. I don't know, maybe we read about that story coming from Osun State that's talking about allegations that the governor of Osun State was harboring an Amotekun corps commander, in Osun State, in connection with the killing. Let me go through it. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has denied allegations by the All Progressives Congress that he is harboring the commander of the Osun Amotekun Corps, Adekunle Omoyele, who is being sought by the police in connection with the killing of some residents of Akinladu community by operatives of the security agency. And the Osun State APC, in a statement signed by its spokesperson Kola Olabisi and made available in Osogbo yesterday, accused the governor of shielding Omoyele from arrest, describing the alleged act as condemnable, and he gives all sorts of words which I cannot be saying on air. And the APC is now challenging Governor Adeleke to demonstrate a genuine commitment to justice by assisting the police in their investigation and handing over the Amotekun boss to security operatives. And yes, of course, there will be reactions, and Governor Adeleke, through his spokesperson Olawale Rashid, dismissed the allegations as baseless, saying they were another example of a losing party struggling for relevance. And Adeleke reaffirmed his administration's faith in the police investigation and insisted that his government will not interfere in the process.
I also do not see any reason why Governor Adeleke would want to shield the Amotekun commander. Adam Cleric allegedly rapes 100-level Ekiti University student. The police command in Ekiti State has revealed that it has arrested the cleric, name withheld, for allegedly raping a 100-level student in the state. Commissioner of Police in the state, Joseph Eribo, who disclosed this to newsmen at the weekend in Ado-Ekiti, said the 20-year-old victim is a student of the Ekiti State University, EXU. According to Eribo, the incident occurred in Iwuroko, Ekiti on September 22, when the victim visited the 40-year-old cleric to seek spiritual assistance for success in her academic journey for Ogunsoye. The CP said the victim explained that herself and her friends had been going to the Prophet's church for prayers to enable them gain favor and succeed in life. She said that on the day the incident occurred, she went to the Prophet alone, and after giving her a liquid substance to drink, she felt dizzy and slept off. According to her, she woke up after some time only to discover that she was raped by the Prophet, as there were white substances suspected to be sperm inside and all over her private parts. The boy added that the suspect did not deny committing the crime. Parents, warn your children.
Yes. Are there still children, students, still falling for this kind of trick?
Well, they were looking for the easy way out.
Easy
they were
way
looking
out.
for shortcuts. It's common with the Gen Z, that's what they call themselves, Gen Z generation, and they believe that the older generation are foolish and do not know anything. They believe they know everything.
And believe that the older generation do not want to have money.
And that, no, not that they don't want to have money, they don't know how to make money. They don't know how to go about things. And they don't, that's why they were busy looking for shortcuts.
But
that's why I said parents, warn your children. There's no shortcut anywhere. You work hard, and then the consequences of seeking shortcuts is always unpleasant. I remember a saying my father, anytime we misbehave when we are young, and we think that these old people don't know anything. There's a saying some of my father used to say. He would say, young men think that old men are fools, but old men know that young men are fools. That's what my father would always say. So not that I remember that, applying it to the case of this girl now, she thought she could find the shortcut she wanted. I mean, if indeed you work hard to get into the university, if indeed you didn't go through any shortcut to get into the university, so why are you now looking for shortcuts to succeed in your academic career at that same university?
Yes, and
where you work that
and at the tender age, a very low level of the university calendar, 100 level.
This one is not a prophet. This one looks more to me like
he's not a prophet,
like a sorcerer.
Yes, he's a sorcerer. Not I wanted to say that this one is not a prophet. He's a sorcerer.
It's not even Babalawo. He's not even Ologun Bilo. He's a dark sorcerer, pure and simple. And okay, we have presidency not yet Southeast turn in 2027. That's coming from the Minister of Works, Mr. Dave Umai. Interestingly, it's also from the Southeast. And I wonder why he's taking it upon himself to speak for the people of that region. And I'm sure, I don't know if he's speaking their minds, but I'm not very sure. Minister of Works, Dave Umai, said that the Southeast zone must exercise patience in its quest for Nigeria's presidency. How convenient is benefiting from the current establishment. Declaring that it's not yet its turn to produce the country's next leader. Umai stated this in an interview with Newsben on Sunday in Abuja. He emphasized the need for political fairness and continuity in 2027. And what is political fairness? By going by the minister's reckoning, it is that President Bola Tinubu should be allowed to complete what he had been doing since assumption of office in 2023. He gave the current president a very high scorecard, expectedly too. He's part of that establishment. No, it's not our time, he says. It is not the time of Southeast yet. We have the 17 Southern governors. They went to Asaba before 2023. And we want to say, listen, it doesn't matter the political party, but that the next president should come from the South. So like I said, I don't know if he's speaking the minds of the people of Southeast Nigeria or he's just speaking for himself. We have another commercial break. We'll be back.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Na not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
I am malaria, the king of malaria parasites. My mission is simple, to take over your body, to cause fever, chills, headache. But one thing stands in my way. Come on.
Effective relief from malaria. Comal on. Malaria gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult doctor.
Go, go, go. Terra Gold Cube. The amazing seasoning cube. So when you're cooking your delicious meals, don't compromise. Go for gold.
Rich, consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
One cube, endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
Mom's love is pure. She does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fried. Cheers you up. Mom tasty stew. Nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil. Golden Terra oil. Golden Terra oil. Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra Oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra Oil, pour pure love.
Èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. Ó nílò àpò tó péye. Máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Níbikíbi tó bá wà ló fún ojú lọ́wọ́ o. Ó yá sọ pé yé. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Bóbi ní ṣúlẹ̀ ọjọ́. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile.
Oh, I beg you get change. I won't give customer.
I don't get to. Get First Money Merchant POS. Let customers pay with cards and never miss a sale. Don't let no change cost you sales. With First Money Merchant POS, enjoy fast payments, instant settlement, and secure transactions. Visit any First Bank branch or sign up on www.firstbanknigeria.com/get your POS to get yours today. First Bank, you first.
Right, we're back on the program. Is still conversation. Bimbo, this is worrisome. The Minister of Finance is ill, and it doesn't look good at all. The presidency confirms Edu's ill health, and the CBN governor will be leading Nigeria's delegation to World Bank IMF meeting. The presidency on Sunday confirmed that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edu, is indeed indisposed, thus affirming that what has been speculated about his ill health lately. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Olayemi Kadoso, according to the president's spokesperson, Bayo Ononuga, will now lead Nigeria's delegation to the World Bank and IMF Fund annual meeting opening in Washington, D.C. On Monday. That's today. Edu, according to a statement by Ononuga, is indisposed. Well, the story doesn't say whether it's receiving treatment abroad, as they all do, or is being treated is being attended to in Nigeria. But we wish him speedy recovery.
And we just hope that nothing is being hidden from us.
Well, they've told us that he's not feeling well. I think that's all we need to know for now.
Yes.
And then we also our thoughts with him, and we pray for his quick recovery.
Recovery, yes. And Femi Falana, human rights lawyer, is explaining how Abacha's military junta killed the Ogoni 4 and Ogoni 9. And I think it was this happened in Port Harcourt on Saturday, and he was speaking well at the 84th posthumous birthday lecture of Ken Saro-Wiwa in Port Harcourt. And now this rather, before we start picking calls, rather sad one here involving a Nigerian man who was killed in South Africa. The Nigerian man, identified simply as Chimezi, was shot dead by gunmen at a bar in the Durban area of South Africa, and it was gathered that the incident occurred around 10:30 p.m. on Thursday, while the victim, who worked as a bartender, was attending to customers. And a source familiar with the incident told reporters through the telephone on Saturday that the attack was carried out by two yet-to-be-identified assailants, and according to the source, the gunmen stormed the bar, walked straight to where Chimezi was standing, and opened fire on him before escaping. That means there must have been something on ground. Yes, we'll pick some calls. 0055 009850. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
One thing they said to that was that he has been sick for long and he has been coming and be going up. One thing is, maybe he's now receiving the traditional way of, but they got healing, just tell me stuff like that. On the issue of Umayi and Rufai, the reporter and all that, I think both guys are wrong. Rufai has been aggressive with his guest on studio, which is not the right way of journalism. You guys are journalists. That's not the right approach to journalism. I call yourself a modern day journalist and be aggressive with your post. Then don't like to simple question, answer. Don't be dancing around. So when guests knows that they when guests know that they shouldn't be dancing around questions, then you go straight to your point. Then Governor Shimakinde also delved into it and all that. I think the governor shouldn't have just leave them, let them be doing their thing. Do your thing and let them be doing that, because they'll be dragging you. That's just that. Yes. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gidi. Ikolaba. 070-5555-1985, 080-5500-9850. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Nwere. Good to have you, sir.
On Tinubu pardon, I see that the nonsense. You should go and wait and pardon Arabas. Remember, we just did this. And then I go. You should go and pardon them. You see a criminal, you pardon him. A grown fisher, you pardon him. That means their minds are inside the kingdom of government. That's a pardon to Corrupia. They're not going to return to Cocaine again in Nigeria. You don't let go. That's your matter. On 2007, and Automata. Instead of Automata, you try to do it. How to appreciate in 2007? Any governor who doesn't do APC, you have to come down. You can come over and tell you about Oba the new church. Tell us what's in. You can see what is going to happen tomorrow. Right now, people are not happy. Because of the APC. You got Amba. You don't win in first place. Trump backing up. Then I win. Supreme Court. Then I win. That's a way for election. Thank you much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nwere. I'll keep the calls coming. 070-5555-1985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Dola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. John.
John calling from Ilorin.
Good to have you, sir.
On the ASU strike, it's unfortunate and very sad. Yes, at times, we blame it on the other side being politicized. But the truth is that, is government playing their own role? Of course, no. ASU has been on strike from one administration to the other. Yet no administration deemed it fit to say, okay, let me call these people. How do we even, what is even ASU asking for? This government of Nigeria should be ashamed of themselves. They should go and look at the education budget of South Africa compared to Nigeria own. It's just a chicken change. What are they requesting for that you cannot meet? When last did the legislative arm of government go on strike? Have you ever heard the senator go on strike? Or they said, oh, our demand have not been met, we could not pay our staff, we could not do this, we are going on strike, it will never happen because they used to get everything in essence. But when it comes to our own children's future, they don't care about the children's future. They want their children to dominate our children the way they dominate us, and that will not happen. That will not happen. One day monkey go market, you know, go come back. I'm sure of that. I don't know how it will happen, but I know it will happen because it is unfair not to continue with ASUS and the time. Government and this government parents have said that never with our youth go on strike again. Now here we come. So we can't really say it's politicized because government is not doing its own. They have been deceiving ASU here and there. Lastly, the pattern that is being given around by Tinubu, I know it before you reach the turn of Anini and Osunbo. You should remember Mazin Namdekano. I think this is the time to heal wound. And I want to plead with some Igbo leader who don't want that man released. I'm saying it. Because I know Tinubu will have used it to score a political goal. The Tinubu I know will have used it to score a very political goal by releasing that guy. Some Igbo leader don't want him released because they fear him. Enjoy your day, sir. Good morning.
Right,
thank you very much.
So, by the way, if you can order the release of suspected, convicted drug traffickers who are serving in jail and who have barely served up to 2 years, so why not someone who was just merely asking for ethnic self-determination? Of course, they piled up all sorts of well. don't let's go into that this morning.
Yes, I'm talking about the strike. Tinubu once promised that never again will another academic strike come up again. So I don't know why this is coming up now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Alaji. Calling from
Good to have you, Alaji.
Now, I will join millions of Nigeria calling for the release of Kano. What is good for the gays is good for the gender. If our own man should be battling the state and it's go everywhere, so I think there's nothing stop federal government in releasing Kano. And not only that, but what gives me concern is that most of the Igbo leaders, they are not calling for the release of Kano. Why? And as such, it's not good enough. The man should be released. Even with conditions. They can give him some conditions and you will definitely be at least you close country. Now, on the basis of the strike, now let me say that federal government have already pledged that, this regime has pledged that there won't be no longer any strike. But people continue to say that it is only the statement of strike that government understands. Why? What is happening to our education? And what are these people are agitating for that government cannot do it? Instead of all this money being squandered without having any impact, why can't they use it in education? Food money, this money that are given to people that even those who collect it will not even see anything out. They will not pay the government. So why are we giving money out? Why we should at least justify our education? So it's that time government use the fund or use fund on priority. Education is so important. Thank you, Alaji Alabogo from Langata.
Thank you, Alaji.
Thank you very much.
Right,
okay, let's take one more call here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What bless in Jesus Christ?
Amen.
A long time that I've missed a call. I'm done with this from my God.
You tell me, Mr. Jesundi.
Good day to you. I'm supporting the release of Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Because
Because as long as drug the rules could be released from prison, then there's no wrong in releasing Americans. For people in Nigeria, you see, we want to operate an egalitarian society. We must do things equitably. At least it has to remember that the clemency must be shared to other parts of Nigeria and to other ethnic groups. We have to go. No ethnic group is better or superior to the other. In the face of God, but to human beings, we always think that we are superior. We must be very careful in this country. We have to be very careful the way we run this country. When the table turns, it will be very difficult. It will be a problem. We have to have a better and brilliant future. We must make sure that there's equity in everything. We operate an egalitarian society. Is there a situation where the jokers...
Well, I'm not very sure any release of Nnamdi Kanu can be without a condition. He must promise not to be any more trouble. So I think that would be the main condition. All right, we have to go. Check your time. It's 7:30. It's been an interesting time on conversation, and we will be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akambi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Conversation.
Feel the magic in the air.